I'll tell you what, man. You probably saw those little sparks down there. These, and I like these because these things spark, and they tell me I got ignition. I couldn't get this damn thing started, and I'm going to tell you, these, man, I'll tell you just something real quick. Yeah, I couldn't get it started, and you know, I know it's got really good compression and stuff, and you know, the ignition was working because you could see the spark, and then when I used starting fluid, it still wouldn't start. I says, wait a minute. So it's got to be at the plug. So what I did was I took these two sets of plugs out, and I cleaned them off with the ultrasonic cleaner. I figured, well, I'll put them back in. You know what I should have done? I should have freaking used the propane on them and got them really cherry red, because that seems to work really good versus the ultrasonic cleaner. That's one thing I've found out. So I just got some replacement plugs. Simple. Nice, fortunately, because I was wondering, dude, I have a problem with the electronic ignition freaking screwing up the timing or something. I just couldn't believe the plugs would be that bad. Wouldn't start for shit, even with starting fluid. Or maybe I had a weak spark. I was getting ready to, if this didn't work, I was getting ready to pull out the gauges and stuff. But you know what? They give me these new plugs, and fortunately, you know, I got these plugs. In other words, these are 5/8, okay? This install. Usually they're 5/8 or 13/16. And when you buy socket sets or deep socket sets, they usually go up to 17 millimeter. Then they skip 18 millimeter and they go to 19 millimeter, right? That's just how they are. These, here's a 17, right? Don't fit. Here's an 18. Fits. Fortunately, I got an 18 millimeter deep socket. So I was able to install them. But, I mean, every time you buy sockets in stores, they'll go like, they skip 18 millimeter. I remember I got this a while ago to work on something else, and it's a good damn thing, and I had it. But man, I was trying to start that stupid thing last week a bunch of times, cleaning the plugs, and I was like, you know, usually if the plugs are bad, if you use starting fluid, it's enough to catch the thing on and get it going. And it'll light, you know, and then once it lights and the plugs heat up, they'll self-clean. And what you could do sometimes, which I didn't do here, if it's just an emergency or something, I would have done it, is you could pull the wire off the plug, and the arc of the wire could heat up the plug. Just like, you know, if you used a propane torch on this and you heated the shit out of it, it'll clear it up. You know, what pissed me off was I spent like 3 hours looking for, I know I got a shitload of these extra Harley plugs someplace. I can't find them. I don't know where the hell it's like they disappeared into a black hole somewhere. And it's like, I can't believe I can't find these stupid things. So I got two additional pairs. I just picked them up on eBay and it came in pretty quick. But I'm glad, as soon as I put them in, I was like thinking, I don't know if this is going to work or not, because I was thinking, usually if the plugs are kind of fouled, if you're using starting fluid, it'll light. It'll just boom. But you know, you could see that I had those little red things on the, I don't know what the hell you call those. I don't just have them there for looks. I got them there to make sure I got spark to my spark plugs. Because, you know, if something goes wrong and I can't start the bitch, I want to at least know I got spark going to the spark plugs. So either the spark plugs are bad, or there's a fuel problem, right? More, you know, unless it's a weak spark or something. But you know, that's why I like that stupid thing. I don't got them on there for looks. But I got these. I was like, when the hell did they start making 18 millimeter spark plugs? It's stupid. Why the hell they do that shit? I mean, it's okay with me, but because I got an 18 millimeter. But you know, if you ordered these damn things online and you went to put them in, you'd be like 99% of the people out there, and they don't have 18 millimeter deep socket. You might have a freaking open end. You can always get them on with the vice grips. Vice grips will work all the time, but you know, Freaking unbelievable. But man, I freaking, as soon as I put them plugs in, it started right the hell up. Runs strong, idles good. It's like, good. That's nice. You know what happens? Because I don't use that bike enough. The plugs get fouled up. I start it up and, blah, blah, blah. And, I don't use it enough. And I don't know what the hell the reason is. It's because I don't have enough time. And, I kind of got away from it. And, I don't know. I'm still keeping it, though, because I like it as my emergency transportation. It works. I love that thing. It's not just because Harley. It's a fucking tractor with 2 wheels, man. It's very practical. It's like a farm implement. So anyway, just beware, man. You better have your freaking tools in line. And I was just surprised that thing did not light up, even with starting fluid, even though these plugs, they didn't look that bad, man. I mean, this plug doesn't look that freaking dirty. These stupid things weren't sparking for shit. They don't look that bad. Both of them. You'd think one of them would work. Both defective or something. So anyway, I was cranking the shit out of that thing. I figured I must have took about 5 years life off that starter motor, but I got an extra starter motor in there anyway, so that's cool. Pissed me off, man. It pissed me off because I know I got about 20 more plugs around here someplace, and I don't know where the hell they are. They're in there someplace, in that thing. And I tore that place apart. I tore that place apart. I was looking in there left and right, everything. I could not find those stupid things. Every toolbox. One of these days, I'm going to get in there, and it's going to show up when I least expect it.